The white balance setting is a way that you can tell your camera, or that your camera can work out what the colors should be in your photograph. If it knows what white is, it can use this as a base and then work out where the rest of the colors lie in the spectrum. And this is why it's known as white balance. You balance the white colors and then everything else will fall into place. Our brains very quickly balance out these colors. If you've ever worn those red glasses or the yellow snow glasses, you'll notice the tint for a few seconds and then it'll start to look normal. When you remove these glasses, it'll look strange for a short while, but once again, our brains will balance out the colors. Cameras struggle with this. If you're photographing or filming in auto white balance, it can chop and change the colors around, especially with mixed lighting conditions. If you look in this shot, just behind the light, you can see the wall is quite blue. But then as I pan towards the wall, this wall changes to a yellow color. In the frame that I'm shooting now, I have this practical light over my right-hand shoulder. That has a warm white look to it, whereas the key light coming from this area is daylight balanced. So in this instance, I've set my white balance to the daylight preset. If I set it to any of the other presets, the image would look a little bit strange. Like this, or like this. Now, if you photograph in the RAW file setting, this won't matter. The RAW file saves the whole color spectrum, and you can change this afterwards. However, if you shoot in JPEGs or you're filming on a camera that doesn't shoot RAW video, you'll need to set the white balance before taking a photograph or filming. Now, there are a few ways that you can set your white balance. You can use the presets that I've already mentioned. You can set the Kelvin number yourself, or you can set a custom white balance. To do a custom white balance, find white balance in your menus. In the Sony cameras, once you're in the white balance setting, scroll all the way to the bottom until you get to this custom setup. Select it, and then it'll give you a round circle in the middle. As you can see, it gives you the option to press the circle button to capture data of the central area of the screen. Basically, it will look at the colors in this circle and determine the white balance from that circle. Your camera will then take a photograph and it'll balance the white for you. It'll give you the data on this custom screen, and then you have the option of putting it in one of the custom slots. On the Sony cameras, you normally have 3 custom slots. Once you've selected it, your camera will automatically select that custom slot. Now, if you're filming with a Sony camera and you're using a Mark II version or older, for some reason, they've grayed out the custom set in these older cameras. You'll have to set this custom white balance in the photo mode and then switch it to video mode once you've set that custom white balance. So you have to set the custom white balance in a photo mode and then bring it across to the video mode. When doing a custom white balance, it's good to have a white card like this, or maybe even a sheet of white paper. Alternatively, at a push, if someone's wearing like a white t-shirt, this can work as well. Now, if I'm filming an event and I want to quickly custom set the white balance, I'll look for someone with a white t-shirt on, or I'll look for a white wall. One other thing to note about white balance is that because it's looking at the color and not the luminance, you can also use a gray card. The reason a gray card will work is because it's balanced, so there's no magenta or green in it, and there's no yellow or blue. Now, there are a whole host of different lights. Some have a yellow tint, some have a magenta tint, and some look quite cool and blue. In using this custom white balance setting, you can balance out these colors. So if you're filming or photographing with JPEGs indoors and you're not sure what to set your white balance at, find a white wall that the predominant light is reflecting on, or a person with a white t-shirt, and set a custom white balance to this. Then your colors will look much better and much more natural. For more videos, subscribe and make sure you click on the notification bell. Also, head over to my YouTube channel where I have a growing selection of tutorials on photography and videography. I'll see you in the next one.